The rider is looking to give the pack the slip. A courageous rider is looking to break away. A rider just launched an attack. The riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%. Look out, he's breaking away.
So hello. Hello and welcome to today's Pro Cycling Manager Road Solo Tour first round. Well, thank you. We can see that the race is already being set up by the leaders, and we have a lot of attacks and even a lot of drops. Let's find out how it will end. Here is going. So we have two riders in the lead that are trying to escape the peloton. But it doesn't look like they are gonna be there for long. As we can see, we have a lot of dropped players, and that's not good for the team leaders. But we can see that the peloton now is giving a free attack. No, they're getting back to the peloton, and yeah, still in the lead. Tails still in the lead with two riders. Let's see if he can maintain his position and win the stage. With 5 kilometers to the mountain sprint. Will he get the points? We can see another attack. No, peloton just got them back. Tail is still in lead. It's only 18 seconds, and now they're in the peloton. No, that's another attack. That's a whole attack. We have two riders in the lead. Team and Tails. Team with 3 and Tails with 2 racers. 1 kilometer and Tails looks like he's going for the mountain sprint. But will he win? No, he won't.
Aha! He's trying to give his pals the slip.
He didn't win the mountain sprint. That's unbelievable. He had a good start, but it looks like he didn't have enough energy. A massive group in the peloton, and we can see a lot of groups are good already dropped at the start. It looks like some teams just drop their riders because they don't need them. But Team is still in the lead with Tails. We will see what will happen next. And we can see there was another attack from the peloton. 3 racers in the group, and they're trying to get to the leading group. And peloton is just chilling. Francisco is getting an attack, but it looks like peloton just woke up and started chasing them. Tails with Tim still in the lead. They're getting higher and higher. Lead. It looks like Tim is trying to attack or something. But he isn't. Nothing is really happening now. And not even the peloton is not trying to chase them. It looks like Francisco is gonna get into the leading group. Francisco only 30 seconds away from the leading group. We're 10 kilometers, almost 10 kilometers from another mountain sprint. It looks like Tim is trying to attack. Nothing is really happening now. But Francesco is only 20 seconds and it looks like he will catch up to the leading group. Peloton. Joe is leading and it looks like they're starting to chase them. Nose is good. Yeah, they're chasing them down. But I think Tim and Francesco will try to lead the peloton and try to slow them down. Yeah, Francesco just got into the leading group. That's unbelievable. That's good for him, but it looks like we just now have a full team attack, and Tim just won the whole mountain sprint. Notice good is Tim after him. peloton is really far away. Tails just dropped. He looks like he doesn't really like it, so he's trying to get back into the peloton. Yes, Tail is getting back. In the peloton, we have only 10 racers. Now 13. In the lead, we can see two groups, one of four.
There's a rider trying to break away from the bunch.
Oh, never mind, we only have one group in the lead, made up from two racers, but it looks like they are really
This climb features
catching
some
them
dreadful
and they
percentages.
won't get away. You can see that Tails is escaping this group, but not is good. He's trying to get them back, yeah. Tails is trying to win this mountain sprint. Yes, he will get the
There's an
most
attack in the group at the front.
points from this mountain sprint. Not is good in the third position. And then he started to slow down. But now the peloton is full. We don't have any attackers in the lead.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the PCM World Cup 2024. I am the biggest of all dogs, joined by Emma the 90th. We had Nicolius doing the opening, and we are live for Tour Round 1, Group L, I think. F, sorry, as our center court. Right now, we are watching the first group. I think this would be the breakaway. This is what, stage 1, Emma? Stage 2. All right, and I see, yes, it is, because I see Tim in the yellow jersey. All right. I guess it was a time trial. Yes, a team time trial. So Whiteley, Grassi. So things are still close. Nothing is decided. There's still two more stages, and this one obviously that is already going, but started. And we shall see who ends up being the act. Yes, can you hear me? Sorry, I had a sound failure. You were hearing me before, right? I guess not. All right. Just try and locate myself here. There we go. So we are going up the second cat, in which Nautis and Tim are at the front with 9 riders, 4 for Tim, 5 for Nautis. And the fight for Kalwam is going to be won by Tim.
Serious
It's
questions
either
of
the
the
1, 2,
riders in
3.
the rear.
Let's wait. At least 1, 2, and he's going to take the first 3 spots. Kalwam, bro, Kalwam.
KOM,
That's
bro.
the end of the
I need
breakaway.
KOM.
The pack
Indeed. And as we advance, there is 3 more intermediate KOM, I mean cats, and 1 intermediate sprint. And right now, Tim and Naut is good. Yes, I am. Why? Yeah, I did lose sound for a bit there, right, Emil? Yeah, okay, okay. So, as we go, we have a little bit more of downhill, and I think it's Francesco Grassi right now uh, joining, and who's the Belgian? Tails. See, Joe Whiteley doesn't have anyone at the front. Interesting. Bizarre choice. Hazing gets dropped as well. Evenpool as well. Very confusing situation right now. But Joe Whiteley decided to try and close that gap sooner rather than later. And we have Tim pulling at the front of the break group up the Col Saint Antoine, 7.4 kilometers, 482 meters of altitude at 5.8% average. This will be a second cat, followed immediately by a fourth one. And then as we go downhill afterwards, we have the intermediate sprint in the middle of the valley. And then we go up again for the final second cat of the day. If you just joined me, I am the biggest of all dogs. This is indeed the PCM World Cup 2024. I am joined by our salad director, Emea. These will be the World Championships, and this is the Championship of the World. And as we expect to see the first qualified players for the tour, the break has a short margin here to work, but only 65 kilometers to go. Uman has done for Nautis good. He still has 3 more riders at the front, and Joseph Whiteley is still a little bit under a minute. Over a minute, sorry. Amazon. I see Amazon there, so Naughties also has his leader. Interesting. Not sure who
we
Grassi
start
has
the last
left.
third of the race.
If you could see him now. Posto Vivo and who's the other one? Oh, Joe is moving. Never mind, Joe is moving and Chicone is here. Now it has to be hazing to respond. Francesco Grassi trying to play catch up here to Joe Whiteley. The Brit knows that he doesn't have much time to actually close this. He's still around 52 seconds. Forty-eight now as you go to the Croissant Sauvé or Sauveau. But a very difficult predicament here for hazing. Completely falling behind everyone else.
That's
KOM,
the
bro.
end of the
I need
breakaway.
KOM.
The pack
I am back. For a minute. It seems the situation hasn't changed that much though. I think my sound should be good, it is. So, let's look at this really quickly. And Joe is on however,
Falling behind! A team leader is falling behind! The riders are in a portion above 10%.
Alright, I hear some sounds here.
And he sprints away in attack!
Goes into the attack. It is his final rider, and he's desperately trying to get an advantage on everyone else. Joe has reached the back group, but 6 seconds is a perfect spot for Nautis to try something, but let's see how he will have managed his energy because there's still a flat part to go after that downhill. And this is 77 also for the rider from Tails, so don't know where his leader is. Race completely blown apart, there, and Tramu is really behind right now. See behind and the scabs, and after that might try yeah. To close Aaron's one is real. Co-op there. Now it's mission done.
There's now just 10 kilometers left. Things are hotting up at the front! Watch out! A team leader is falling behind!
Complaining that Tim is
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
Passing, if this attack fails, all Advantage there.
A great win in the sprint of the strongman. We're waiting for the back markers, who appear to be fairly numerous in this difficult race.
And Wilder, that needs to be more careful up to the closing fourth. See fifth. He is far, far, far. I don't know what happened to his almost up to that situation just in time as he's going to take be an over the cap stretch of it keep it down. Should be contagious leadership now. And it's should be closing. Same time for Aaron's good through
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. Apart from
and
some
we
of
are
the team
under
leaders, only a true climber can expect to get something out of today's ride. This morning, a few riders told me that they weren't too motivated at the thought of riding in such conditions.
so as it is, life is not particularly hard for, not particularly easy for Grassy, Hazing, and Tails. I do, however, think for
It's
pass,
always goes
so
on to
and
The riders are off onto their first uphill section.
Alright. Again, I do apologize for the technical issues. It's been a little complicated for me, but we're still here. And it's live, and it's now Tails, a man on the run with his leader, trying to see who now has. I see Milan probably 17 minutes 95. We're going to road.
The riders are in a portion above 10%. Oh, the riders really have no luck with today's weather.
All on the stage, so it could be interesting to see what Tails could do with Ultimate ahead. Which are only 4, so he needs to moderate his pace a little bit. He already has an interesting gap for the first climb. He needs to prevent for guys over the top time to have a chance with this move. Chelsea to him, chasing against Tim. Sorry, Tim is here. It's against Grassi. Yes, there we go, Grassi. Kyle Lamb is going to be 4. Tails, let's see. He gets the gap. Naughty is appearing though. I think that's all it takes to be does. Naughty's going to take second
But they
and
can't
third.
let their guard drop.
I think wasn't clear on the image. And now Coconut, as Daniel Nico would say, Theo Gegenhardt from Joe and 2 other helpers trying to join that move. I don't know what Paisley has been doing. Again, doesn't join the break. Interesting.
A courageous rider is looking to break away. There are reports of several riders in difficulty.
And we continue to see the break. Now with a 133 advantage into the peloton. I see. Contact there.
There's an attack in the leading group. Some riders were not giving it their all in sharing the pace. It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps. Watch out, a team leader is falling behind. The riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%. There's a breakaway in the leading group.
Yet another KOM, and we continue to observe the break, and I see an attack from Aaron's wing. But we can't complain of lack of entertainment in this stage and this tour overall so far. A lot of offensive moves being done. Response from Grossi as well. Alright, so Chicone trying to catch up to Joe, but yes, I'm trying to see who he had there, taking the stim, and they are, it's a messy situation right now. I see Guggenhardt, Van Wilder, Tail still has an even pull here. Rossi would be in a good position if he could bridge to his 2 men at the front. Paso Falzarego is underway. It's not a very steep climb for the most part, but it is 10.2 kilometers and 2 kilometers above to 5.7% average. It's even pull accelerating now for tails. and Wilder and yet another helper. I see Tim and Joe are still trying to play catch up, and I have no idea where Hazing is.
We're already at the halfway stage.
Not sure if he's even in the lobby at this point. Hey man, can we confirm Hazing's position? Is he still around? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Almost catching up to the group of Joe and Tim and Grassi on the run again. I have no idea what Hazing is doing. This preserving of man is costing him a lot of time. And now it's
The Entente in the escape group
Joe
is far from
attacking
cordial.
his men,
There are a couple of riders who want to go it
in the
alone.
break. And Ciccone is left alone from Grassi. That's not an ideal move. He has to help us at the front. Could have maybe sent one to finish that climb. Maybe he's already doing it actually. Joe Whiteling now moving with Gegenhardt and Cummings. Tails loses a helper, down to Van Wilder and Evenpol. For Mole waiting on Ciccone finally. But that took far too long than it needed to. And Tim and Joe down to 2 in the favorites group behind. Ciccone will finally connect to his helper. I believe it was for Molo. And it's still over a minute to the yellow jersey group. That continues to chase Joe Whiteley's men at the front. And Tails as well. Tails with close to 2 minutes disadvantage in the GC might try and benefit from this move if he can take it to the end. His lack of manpower at the front, he only has 2 riders left to maybe what haunts him later on. Actually 3, sorry. When Gilles didn't recover in the downhill. And Heels, I don't know how to pronounce that. Not even gonna try. And Zana, 77 also from Grassi, is still taking the wheel of Nautilus Grid, trying to connect to the front, as his other 2 riders are still 1 minute and a half down. So let's see how long before Grassi decides that it's either a lost battle and Zana needs to go help, or if he will manage to
This is the last third of the race. The team leaders have their minds fixed on today's
as soon
goal.
as possible in the upcoming climb, where he has a chance to close the gap if he accelerates it. And it's Tails again, going on his own in the Passo Ferraya. No need to explain. He just climbed to any cyclist to fix around it, but as you can see, that ladder part is going to be the steeper one. And with these over 2 kilometers of altitude and these over 13 kilometers of length, this will be a very hard one to manage energy for those that are doing extreme moves, like most of the lobby, that is again blowing apart, and everyone is spreading on the road. Christopher Froome and I think it's Stark for Tim are still trying to play catch up to Grassi. The gaps, however, are significant still. I still think it could be hard for Tails to take this to the end, at least alone, with the energy he's expended since the start, but see if the Belgian can prove me wrong. Oh, actually, Hayden catches up to the others, finally showing his existence in this tour. I had completely forgotten about him at this point, and I don't mean this in an offensive way. It's just he's been very passive ever since I joined the group. Uh, let's see if he played his cards right this time to catch up to all of the guys ahead. Chicone and Formolo desperately trying to play catch up to the second group at the front. The gap has shortened, but we're about to get to the hardest part, and there's a lot of auto pacing there.
This climb features some
Which for
dreadful
those that do not
percentages.
know is it's part of the game. The auto pacing means that regardless of the effort you go, you will be going at the same pace everyone will. Obviously, the bars you have will matter logically, so there's a technical element to it. But you will have to have done your work before you enter the auto pace section, because afterwards it doesn't really matter what pace you go, for the most part. Because even if you go at 50 and someone's going at 75, they're all going at the same speed. And Christopher Froome accelerating, speaking of acceleration and pace, Christopher Froome trying to catch up to Chicone. Meanwhile, Joe, Rossi, and now are finally with Tails, who I still think has a helper with Evenpol. Now Christopher Froome playing catch up in the Passo Ferrari. This is the steepest part, as we can see, over 12% now, 11.5, and Guggenhardt is gonna take either the first or second place for the game. I missed first with Till second, and I think it's not taking visitors. Complicated situation right now. Christopher Froome done there at the top of the Passo Ferrari, but Gegenhardt manages to go back a little bit to help him. That's all he needs to survive and protect a little bit of Froome, and Evenpol accelerates alone. This, I can tell you right now, is not the best of choice, given the scenario of the race ahead. He needs to do this downhill, which he would obviously need to recover energy. It is not long. He's not going to recover much if he needs to pace as he was. And then he has to face the final climb of the day, so... Now we have Kamna, Ciccone, and Froome together in a group, with the Brit and the Italian having a helper. Tim does not know. And they're all trying to play catch up to Naut, who has actually been doing quite the interesting performance in this tour, I must admit. He's made quite the offensive moves, and yet again, he's at the front. So it has been really entertaining. Molema from Naut is the helper catching up to the second group. And Cummings from Joe as well. So Joe in this group has the manpower advantage. He can try. Cummings isn't going to last long, obviously, but he might try and use him to put some pace now, some acceleration here, and there he goes. 40 seconds. $34 and Tim and Joe arguing there in game chat. Joe complaining that Tim sent one helper. I don't know if it was back. I think it was back. Yeah, because it secures back to 99 chase only my attacks. Sounds about right, says Joe. Joe now asking for him to take over relays when Cummings is done. We shall see. And now it's Sana finally doing so. 2 kilometer relays. 31 seconds. 5.8 to go in the Passo climb.
There are just 15 kilometers
And
left.
then there were only 3 at the front, 2 from Tails, and now he's in the most precarious position now to his leader only. Desperately hoping that this move pans out for him, or else he might come to pay in the closing moments of the stage. Then while they're done, it's Evanpool and Aerosmith, and now they need to work together.
Falling behind! A team leader is falling behind!
Joe Whiteley with his helper now needs to play catch up. That sign of Aerosmith asking for water is not particularly great for Tails there. He'll need all the help he can get. But he's increasing the gap, and there's only 1/6 to go right now in these before this KOM. Christopher Froome and Chicone drop Leonard Kamna, 56 seconds. Still looking good for those that attacked early. And Aronsman appears to steal the KOM from Evanpol. KOM indeed, bro. Froome is going to be third, Chicone fourth, and Tim close to them. Still trying to play catch up. Come relay, says Naunties. 1 minute and 10. Tim says no energy.
The riders are
This is
entering the
definitely
last 5
looking good for
kilometers of the
those ahead.
stage.
We go into Passo Gardena. 111. And now whoever has any kind of energy left is out of time. They need to use it now. Fugitives seem to have this unless they completely lie, and it's Evanpol
Whoa,
trying to
that's
drop
one attack that's going
Aronsman.
to leave a good few in its
But
wake.
Aronsman responds. Gap is actually increasing. So let's see where that goes. Page one
Great
for
stuff.
Tails, actually
Teamwork
surpassing
really paid off,
expectations.
and their
Beats Nautilus
sprinter
and
brings
Nautify
home the
is for
bacon.
third.
The race
Gonna be
is
around 1
run, but
minute
the
gap,
poor
and
souls
Tim
bringing up the
is
rear
actually
continue to
gonna
cross
mug
the line.
everyone for
It's a
third
bit of a
place.
knock for the morale.
With Grassy fourth, yes, and Joe fifth. And somewhere along this road is still hazing. No one knows where exactly. Is he? Grassy thinking about quitting the stage. I hope he doesn't do it. Alban Bardet again, last of the players in the lobby. That is hazing, even behind Hiller Van Waller from Belgium. One minute and four for Kamna and Chicone and Froome and Bardet 4:17 down. No one knows what's happening there. Not the stage, the general. Yeah. General. a happy camper, and I can definitely understand. We've seen a lot of these situations during the regular season where people will kill themselves to try and drop someone, and then when they catch up, and then when they are caught by that someone, they will always do nothing, sometimes even screwing themselves in the process. So it's
Hello and
Tim
welcome.
second and Joe
This
third.
morning, some of the riders were carrying wide
first.
smiles. It goes without saying that it was neither the sprinters nor those who prefer the flat. Yes, it was the climbers. And the reasons were obvious. With today's conditions, the spotlight will be on them.
And there are no more tomorrows. Final stage for all these players in the lobby. They're still sorting out their riders, doing their tactical choices.
The current pace is a bit too docile for some riders who are looking to create a breakaway.
And two other riders, I think, yes. Tim is going to respond.
He's
and
going to take them on by himself.
Is where people need to keep a closer eye. I mean, why aren't two riders dropped? I think Ebea might have gone and then a small recess.
A rider is looking to give the pack the slip. A courageous rider is looking to break away.
Thank you. Excuse me. A bit of a cold here. And this is where people have took too long sometimes to respond, and Hazing again doesn't seem to want anything out of this race because he doesn't respond to one single attack, does not put one single guy on the brake, and even when he starts using the so-called number advantage of staying in the peloton, it is always too late and too little. And too little too late. So the French has been mostly a spectator with a privileged seat. Let's see if he tries to change that. He now goes finally with three riders. And I see Guillaume Martin, so that would be his 77 mountain rider. Right, to see actually. Oh, we have the updated classification before the GC, obviously. And KOM and intermediate sprints are resolved. So this should be, I believe, stage scores. Let me quickly see. And it says that the leader is Nautis with 65 points, Tim second 50 points, Tails third 27, Joe fourth 22, Grassy fifth 17, and Hazing in the mud with 0 points. Right. 10 points for Nautis for having in two stages the yellow jersey, 5 for Tim for what I believe was stage 1, I think, with the yellow jersey. So, obviously, we still have to figure out the main points of the tour after the race is done, which are the ones that will be attributed with the GC, and for the winners of the intermediate classifications, KMs and sprints. Rossi actually attacking.
He's off on his own. The team sponsor won't be disappointed.
In pursuit of who's at the front of me because I was looking at the points. Tails again. All right. I see an attack from Tarling.
Attack by Emmanuel. 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 Emmanuel.
And Cummings as well. and Joe Whiteley manages to bridge to Francisco Rossi. They are now both chasing tails, literally chasing tails, which, for those that know English, will understand the joke of the expression. And then the peloton is 1 minute behind the second group. Tails has a 33-second gap at the front with two riders. It is Bettiol for Grassi and one helper as well for Joe Whiteley, putting the pace in the second group. I believe it was Cummings, not sure. Carling, actually. Uh, Not as good, opting to stay at the back this time. Tim as well. And Hazing did not succeed in his attack. Again, another attack at the back. Peloton, Ichiyama. And that was Nautis trying to go, I guess. A bit confusing what happened there. Dabach the Nest at 5.3 to go, the intermediate sprint. And now the English-Italian
A rider taking a
alliance,
stance alone.
an alliance of occasion, obviously trying to catch up. When Hazing tries to go again with Rudy Monard. Not sure if this is the best case scenario here for Tails, forcing so much with one less rider for the intermediate sprint, uh, because he might come to regret it when the climbing starts. He's going to take the sprint, obviously, but he already lost one rider for it. Quite.
The intermediate sprint hunters are the worst people in the world. They should have cancer and die.
I don't know who said that, but well, stuff was said. And as we go, we see Hazing and Tails now doing everyone attacking again. Now he's good going again. This race has been a freaking mess, which has been fun at times. I believe
Look
that
out,
was a
he's breaking
six-man
away.
train from Naughty's and now. Joseph Whiteley responding immediately, knowing he has to if he wants to have a chance to improve or maintain his GC. One of the key factors for the success tonight of attacks like the ones of Nautilus has been a
Falling
delayed
behind.
response.
A
So
team
Joe,
leader is falling
understanding that as
behind.
the great player that he is and knows how to read the game, knows that he needs to close now. Yes, man, that was a rule you probably made because every time someone attacked on him, you got dropped. It's part of the strategy, to be honest. And now he's crying for Tim to attack because I don't know why he's worried about Grassi. Grassi would be the only one that would, and Hazing, but Hazing doesn't count for this right now because he would need a miracle at this point to be a problem for Nautis at least. The mind games are already underway between the participants, asking for attacks, complaining. I still advocate for World Championships to be able to reject anyone's sign-up, says Joseph Whiteley. I mean, dude's not entirely wrong, let's be honest. But with the quality of play we've seen this year from a lot of people, even during the regular season, that would be a lot of people to reject. So let's also admit that this year's iteration of PCM hasn't been the most proficient in terms of helping out the gameplay in multi. Speaking of PCM, the PCM World Cup 2024 is sponsored by Cyanide and Nakon. Uh, near you soon in a digital platform near you soon around June, I think. You'll have the chance to get PCM 24 and Tour de France 24. The joy. Uh, and these World Championships are also hosted by PCM UK. Join the fun in our community that already has a long tradition in the multi scene and many other things. And we are presented by the PCM IMA, the International Multiplayer Association. Uh, all the details on the Discord.
That's half the race done.
And
There should
everyone
be a
is
lot
back
more
together.
movement from now on in.
Except for Grassi's three guys, again, trying to keep people at the front. Attacks into the Kola spawn. That's 11.5 kilometers at around 1.5 kilometers of altitude with 6.7% average. As you can see, the steepness is not the biggest, but there's steepness in
He
there,
broke from the pack
and
like a greyhound.
it's divided for the most part of the climb except the beginning. Now Tails attacking. With Elon Van Wilder and someone else. Meanwhile, Pozzo Vivo and Zana on the run for the first KOM Pro KOM of the day. And Joe Whiteley responding with Gegenhardt and two helpers. Joe saying that someone moved their train when he was trying to attack. I guess Nautilus wouldn't be the first time this season as well. But Joe gets the gap. It never is on purpose, Nautilus. Never is on purpose, sure. Well, I'm not saying it was or wasn't, just commenting on things that already happened in the past in the regular season. Grassi now attacks with the rest of his team, I think. Yes, the climb is shit, but could we actually see it? Thank you. And Tails, Grassi fighting for the first KOM, bro. KOM of the day is gonna go for the Belgian and then the Italian. With Joe Whiteley passing behind them, still a bit behind them. Over 1 minute. Close to 1 minute, sorry. 1:16 right now.
They're over the top and heading down the
Chicone
other side in a
already,
fair lick. They'll be able to get
for
some
Grassi,
straight
this
back.
is a needed
The pace is so high
all
that a
or
few
nothing,
riders are going to
honestly.
be
With his
very sore at
position,
the
he's
end of the
currently
day.
not qualified, I think. But for some reason, Tim thinks, Loud thinks he's dangerous and goes to try and close. Yeah, exactly what Grassi is saying. Why is not worrying about Grassi? Now is not threatened in any means of passing because of Grassi. We shall see. Coconut is caught by Grassi's man. I have no idea what Hazing is doing. No one knows what Hazing has been doing today, to be honest. And Grassi and Joe will bridge the first group where Grassi has two more men and will now try and make that 2:13 gap work. Let's see. As we go into the also doesn't need the introductions, of course, Col du Tourmalet. Four men for Grassi at the front,
We're starting
including
the
the
last third of
leader,
the
and
race.
two for each of Joe and Tails. 2 minutes 46 seconds, 48.7 kilometers to go. So a tense situation here. Grassi needs to make something happen, and he's trying. Now again, trying to pace, I guess. I'm not sure if that was pacing or a movement to attack. It was just pace, it seems. This move from Grassi is good. There's lags to it, but it's going to depend obviously on what happens behind and of who paces. For example, Hazing knows he needs to make something happen here, so it is up to him, for example, to pace. But the gap is increasing. If Grassi gets a good gap here into the final climb, he has a good shot at winning the stage, and if he could keep a little over 1 minute, he could
Several
turn around
riders
his
are
GC.
attempting to break away.
But there's an attack from Tails with Remco Evenpool and Maxi Van Hills. And now there's a lot of people that have to respond to this, so let's see. 56 seconds already for the Belgium. And this group is flying as fast as it can up that Tourmalet.
Behind.
Rossi loses one rider. Show us Skogenhardt. Hey man. I want to see how the 77s are doing here. 752. Ooh, Hazing dropped. I would pretend to be shocked. Go back kidding. Uh, Try and see the other leaders. I didn't see Joe. I didn't see Tim either. Tim is here with Joe and Naut. Okay. So Hazing is the only one further behind. Three men for Grossi, still around 3 minutes gap. It's not looking bad. He needs to preserve at least one guy at the top of the Tourmalet with the leader. He can't be alone there. In a perfect world, he would want to preserve that third guy, but let's see if it would be possible, because a steep part is coming down. Let's see the gaps indeed. 227 now going down. A lot of misplaced pacing there. Tails is one of those that has to respond to Rossi, and he did. Hazing would be the other one. He got dropped.
It's in such
And
percentages that
he's
the
alone with
strongest can
Evenpool.
create some gaps.
Doesn't send a helper behind. Gegenhardt is still latching on to Grossi's riders, and Evenpool is trying to connect. And he will, but at the expense of some energy there.
Their front
And
group is
Gegenhardt
disorganized,
actually
and some
attacks
riders are
Grossi,
exploiting this
goes for
opportunity
the
to
KOM.
attack.
Grossi knows he needs to preserve Zana at all costs. We knew he was gonna lose
Degenkolb goes onto the
one
attack.
rider. As I said, he needed at least one helper. He preserves him.
Attack from a
And now
rider.
he can calmly wait for Grossi's riders. He has done his work in the KOM for now. I believe that's Tails behind in E2. Shows the other group somewhere. Trying to understand her as everyone. This is Tails, and this would be Naughty's, Joe, and Tim is alone. Excuse me. News Altida, it at 11.4 kilometers, give or take, will start. And Gegenhardt, Chicone, and Zada at the front. Grassi, two riders, Joe Whiteley, one helper. And Tails playing catch up 24 seconds. And here, ideally, they need to try and preserve some energy here. Both groups, E1 and E2, because there's still News Altida to come. But Grassi also knows at the same time that he needs to put some work for Zana. for the gap not to melt when Naughty's good attacks with Powers. Naughty's good attacks with Powers, Emea. Thank you. And Joe and
Watch
Tim are
out! A
left in
team
the
leader is
wake of
falling
it.
behind.
17 seconds. And
The
they need
finish line is
to,
getting
if they
close.
don't
The riders have
cooperate
just
here,
passed the 15 kilometers road
Naughty's
sign.
will get the gap.
We're in for a
So Joe
great finish. The line
wisely
is not
drops
far off,
Coconut,
and
I
the
mean
riders are
Gegenhardt,
really
but
going to have
Coconut,
to
as
hang
someone
in there
says.
on this.
That's Miko. Grassi trying to get the pace in Luzardi down 15 kilometers, 7.1% average at 1.7 kilometers of altitude. Now he's desperately trying to catch up to Grassi, and he's about to do so. And 1 minute behind is Joe Whiteley. And Tim further behind 30 seconds. Again, for the Brit, things are uh, could be better, but now he loses a helper down to one rider. So 43 seconds, 10.4 kilometers to go. Everything is being played
Only 10
here.
kilometers left.
Bug says Grassi. I didn't see it. I was looking at the other group and the time gaps. Oh, Tails would maintain position. I guess there was a block there. I didn't see it. Grassi attacks Tails, but not much came out of it because Joe Whiteley catches up. Naughty is there, and Tim is the only guy behind. If we keep in mind that
This
hazing
climb is
is,
feared by many riders. The
I don't know
percentages
where
are
hazing
very
is, to be
high.
honest. Francesco Grassi, 2 riders. Joe Whiteley, 2 riders. Tails and Naughty's got 1 rider only, and now everyone's down to one except Joe. And this could be the numbers advantage that Joe Whiteley needed. GGM out says
We're
Grassi. We
into
shall
the
see.
last 5 kilometers.
Interesting to see what will happen now in this final sprint. Still 4.2 kilometers to go. Coconut now attacks. Well, did a move
Falling behind.
pretty
A
much
team
to
leader
waste
is
the
falling
remaining energy,
behind.
and Grassi follows,
Attack with the
and
finishing
Joe
line
goes
within
as
reach.
well. It looked like an attack, but he was probably just catching up to protect his leader. And now Ciccone on the run. Final attempt for Grassi to win the stage. If this doesn't work, it will not be for the Italian, who is in a precarious position in the GC. And now Joe, Tim, Naut, and Tails all together playing catch up to Grassi. Grassi has 24 seconds only, 1.2 kilometers, 26. But the gap is good, and Francesco Grassi is going to win the stage unless he completely dies. Victory for Francesco Grassi, and now Tim, Naut, or Joe. It's not going to be a big gap, though, sadly.
Congratulations. He resisted the comeback of
And
the
Joe
pack and
comes from the
enjoyed his
shadows,
win.
passes everyone ahead of him, gets the second with Tim being third.
The
Now
race
he's
is
fourth.
run, but the poor souls
Tails,
bringing up the rear continue to cross the
actually
line. It's
hazing
a bit of a
fifth, and
knock for
Tails
the
in the mud.
morale.
We shall see how this translates in the overall classification. And happiness from some of the players of the lobby after what it was a very messy and I mean, it was entertaining to see as a spectator at some points because there was a lot of things happening, but A lot of them did not make sense indeed, and as a player, I would have suffered a lot as well in that lobby, because there was so much lack of logic at so many points. But it ended up being fun in a lot of situations, attacks, gaps, and we're waiting to see the final results of this. Uh, I will not be conducting the interviews, so maybe Joe or someone can go as soon as I got the classifications. I will be leaving you guys, but I would like to see how this ends in terms of the overall with all the points. Before I lose my voice, as I said, I have a cold. Times 8. Thank you. We have Group B here, Alder winning group 295 points. We have Ghosty in second, 217. Kingmaker third, 150. And from Portugal, and PCM UK, Maibon, a great guy. Fourth place, also passing 80 points. Zenzimo from France is fifth, 59. Uh, Alexis from France, 39 and 6th, and Ilya Troshin in about 30 points. Final for Group A. Hershey wins the group 275 points. Barna second from France, 190. Afonso from Portugal. Whole lot of Afonso, 124 in third. Orca from Poland, 97 in fourth. These pass. Then Chris from Netherlands and PCM UK, fifth, 79. And Skylark from France, sixth, 72. These are final results for Group A and B. So I will close the stream of a minute. Okay, there we go. He is on screen now. No, it's not because I'm not watching the stream. I only have one screen in there. But he is on screen, tells me I'm there. So everyone can see. And we are waiting for F, of course. Oh, there's a stream. Thank you. All right. Perfect. It is indeed on screen. And trying to understand, I see Sepkus, Almeida, Evenpol, Vlasov, Vingegaard, and Caruso. Uh, Not sure at what players this corresponds to, but we are about to see. I think Sepkus might be Alfaro. Almeida might be Dinley. Oh, we have final classification of Group F, by the way. Naughty's Good wins the group 265 points. Joe Whiteley second, 177. Tim third, 150. Francesco Grassi saves himself in the final stage. Fourth place, 127 points. Tails is fifth, 109. And Hazing in the mud at least made 32 points and sixth place. Back to Group E we go. That is now still one more climb to go. Gilol is out, says Frabo. Oh, C. This is C. Okay, thank you, man. Sorry. Uh, this is Metal Bear. Okay. All right, then, man. Why is this guy covering Rodriguez classification? Who's streaming this crap? Is it Fravo? Oh, it's Metal Bear himself. Why is he covering the only part that doesn't need to be covered? An experience of what? Right, yes, I agree. I agree. And so Metal Bear is in A2. We are waiting to see the final climb to Zardidon. Trying to understand where everyone else is from what we can, because this view is just terrible for streaming, let's be honest, and for playing. Who manages to play with this Zoom is beyond me. Oh, it's Stinley, okay. And Daniel Miko here with the yellow jersey. And I didn't see who the American was, it's Alfaro indeed. And they have 37 seconds gap to the second group. Yes, this is a much better view. Thank you, whoever it is that I'm guessing Metal Bear is the one streaming. Thank you. Sepkus is attacking. Bear is 8-8. I don't know how that. Well, some of his riders. Rodriguez is here in 8-2 with Dinley. It has Costa and Almeida. But they have almost 2 minute gap to the yellow jersey. And we wish we could see the standings in the uh, in the bottom left, but that is not possible because for some reason they're covered. We do apologize for that, but all broadcasts have their issues sometimes. Now they're only playing catch up to the following group. I see that's Twanu actually there in the one, I believe. It is Twanu. Without the standings, we have no idea what we are even watching unfold. We do know the yellow jersey is Miko though. Twanu goes with Wamamave, tries to play catch up to Miko and Dinley. Catches up to Miko. Mantle pair dropped by Dinley. Machta on his last legs as well. Bardet still had Miko there for a while, dropped again. And Kus is comfortable into the final climb, Luzardina. But happy birthday, Goga, says Ilya. Welcome, Ilya, to the stream. Elgande Frabo as well. Motherfucker, why aren't you here helping me? I will burn you alive later, but hi, Frabo. Goga is GOAT. Happy birthday, Goga, says Ilya. Happy birthday to Goga indeed, one of our great veteran players. If you just joined us, you did miss the carnage of Group F, where Naughty's Joseph Whiteley, Grassi, and I can't remember the other one. Tim, I think, best. And a few other results that we already checked. There's still one other group I think we don't have a final score, and we are also following Group C here. With Sepkos from Alpha on the attack. Miko now playing catch up in the final kilometers, 2.3 to go. Alfaro accelerates. He's good at these attacks. He has the experience on them. When he's not sticking at the back of the peloton to wheels like Alfaro can be a very good player. We have Group E, Goga 1, 285 points dominance from Goga. And sorry, I lost the track there. I'll recheck. There we go. Goga 285. Sean Cole from United States and PCM UK second 170. Figure DK from Denmark 156 third. Giacomo from Italia 102 points in fourth. Former Team World Champion Guilherme fourth place with only 77 points. Doggo from Belgium, the small dog, 60 points, and DDSS 22 in the mud, 22 points. So Guilherme, one of the surprises of the day, not passing. Experienced player, I believe he won. I don't remember what it was. I think it was championship in track solo. He's also a multi-time team world champion, as am I, for example. And with all that, I didn't miss the stage, but it was Sepkus, and then Miko, and then Twanu, and then Denley. And then trying to understand where Rodriguez only ended eighth. So it wasn't the best stage for Metal Bear. We'll try to see how this translates in GC. All right. We are waiting for, I think, just this group, right, Emma? When it comes to results, only Group C is missing, I believe. So the stages are done. We are indeed waiting for the. Okay, I'm seeing the screen now. And here we are for final results. We are waiting for C and D. All right, thank you. D has no stream but has ended, so we're waiting on results for Group D as well. And C, as we just saw, was the stage was won by Alfaro. And yes, I do because I need to leave soon. So Joe Whiteley will be here for interviews. Great to hear. Uh, from my part, I'll be leaving in a few minutes. I would like to see CND results before I go, but if not possible, I will leave you in the capable hands of Joseph Whiteley. It was a complicated night at first, especially with the signal. I mean, I am on my phone. There is a storm going, and I have a massive cold, so everything was playing against me, but I still managed to help in the broadcast, so I'm happy for that. We are waiting for two groups right now. Uh, I'm sure Emma will send me as soon as you have the results. We are also waiting for Joe to join us. Sooner rather than later would be dope. Okay. Move me there if you can, Emma. Thanks. Okay, D is almost done. Joseph Whiteley, welcome. Not sure if he's already here, but we are waiting for the results of.
I am.
Welcome, Joe. That was quite chaotic tour on your group. Want to talk about it before I go and you conduct the rest of the interviews? Talk to us.
Yeah, I mean, I passed. That's the main thing, isn't it? So.
Sorry, quick interruption just to say final results on Group D are here. Copy from France passes in first, 232 points. Ibra from PCM UK, second, 172. Pom Pom from France, third, 142. PCMP Martin F from the Netherlands, fourth place, 115. Manolo Pro, fifth, 94. Nielos, sixth, 77. Back to you, Joe, you were saying?
Yeah, it was just one of those rounds, wasn't it? I guess. Just glad I passed
Yeah,
it.
it was very chaotic at times, very illogical. What was your thinking? How will I survive this, so to speak?
Yeah, I guess just don't take it that seriously. But I guess if you come to play the event for fun, you kind of do take it not serious, but you get a little bit annoyed when you're not allowed to have fun because the gameplay and well maybe the people playing it as well are just taking all the fun out of
Uh,
it. So.
I mean, it is a world championship, so there's always an element. No one's life is at stake, obviously, but you're competing. Everyone is to win, so there's always that element of seriousness into it. Seriousness, sorry. Do you think it gets easier now that round one is done for you in terms of the lobby quality and such?
I don't think it's I don't think it's going to make it any better as the later rounds we get into because at the end of the day we're still playing the same game, aren't we? So, um, but yeah, I guess we could probably take a little bit more fun out of it.
Small increments, would you say, right? Per round.
Yeah, the thing is though, the further you go into the competition, yes, the more fun the lobbies might become, but the more is at stake, so the fun then disappears at the same time. So
All right, a quick interruption again to say Daniel Miko slaughters his group. First place, 250 points. Denley from Portugal ends up passing something that his teammate Guilherme didn't do. Second for Denley, 165. Third for Alfrago from PCM UK, 157 with that great attack on the final stage that almost succeeded. Still enough to take him through. And T2, brother of Tranu, and Yanu is fourth, 146 points. Metalbeer does 50 points in fifth. And Husted is deeply in the mud, last place with 5 points. He either did not finish or had a terrible tour. Joe, back to you. You were saying that the fun decreases because uh, the stakes go higher.
yeah, I suppose when you finally get a somewhat uh, how do I put this normal thinking lobby, um, the stakes become higher anyways. You don't even get time to have the fun. It's
All
just
right,
a
Joe.
shame for the game
Uh,
making issue.
I was gonna say, even though the quality will improve at some point, the game will always be the same. Are you ready for what could be a mental breakdown of a lot of players during the World Championships?
Yeah, I suppose just depends like how how they see the gameplay. I mean, I know some people are absolutely licking their lips at this type of gameplay because it's the type of gameplay that benefits them massively. But I know then you have the other section of people who are just not like that at all. So
It's times like these I'm quite happy I didn't compete much this year, but hopefully I'll be back for next year. Joe, thank you so much for your thoughts on your group and congratulations on passing. I will let you now conduct the interviews. From me, the biggest of all dogs, I want to thank everyone, and I'll be joining you all guys soon. See you all later.
yeah, okay. So we'll be moving on to the next interview. Is
Wait, I have to
Niels?
interview.
If Niels wants to to talk, I know he's left the chat. Okay, I guess we'll go to Frabo. Did you play tonight, Frabo?
No, no, no. Me, I don't know what.
Oh, right, okay. Well, you can ask some questions if you want to ask some questions, I guess.
No, me have only have to interview Guy. Okay.
We'll invite some guys to have some interviews. If nobody wants to have an interview, I'll
Yeah,
simply
I'll ask my Italian mate if he wants to join.
yeah, okay.
By the way, a lot of good subtitles in this cup. Maybe because people doesn't know new people doesn't old players doesn't know don't know that the game changed too much and they play like previous PCM and then they suck. Do you agree with me or not?
I agree a little bit, yeah.
Uh,
Welcome, Sean. Are you here, Sean? Hello, hello. So, tell me how your group went tonight.
I mean, Group E was Yoga domination from the start.
Yeah.
I think he brought all 6 TTT riders to the line and still tied for best time. He demolished us. And it was lovely to watch from inside the group. But there was a lot of just kind of sitting and waiting for people to do things. I dropped myself multiple times because that's what happens when you're bad, but made a final attack and found a way.
So I see that you finished second in your group with 170 points. I was gonna ask. I mean, you won 3 stages tonight, which is really impressive. I was gonna say though, did you kind of think after that first, well, I'd say the first TTT and then the second stage when Goga won, was there an element in the lobby that people were playing for qualification rather than playing for first place because Goga was evidently on form this evening? Was there an element that maybe people were playing for second place?
It did feel like the Danish player and Giacomo were probably playing for KOM based on how they had done. There were a lot of gaps on stage 2, where the leaders got about a minute 30 on the other GC groups. So I think it looked like the Danish and the Italian were locked in, and then it was Doggo, Guillermo, and I trying to figure out what to do for the rest.
So, as you will be passing into round 2, you've probably not checked the parkour. Maybe you have. I don't know.
I've seen it
haven't
exist.
personally, but yeah. I mean, I've picked the parkour. I still don't know what the parkour is, so I'm gonna have to scroll and see what it is myself because you will obviously be participating in the second round, and you'll be in quite a high pot, I would imagine, at least pot 3 or 4, depending on the results tomorrow. So, what do you expect from round 2? Are you gonna play down your chances?
Seeing as today was the first time I have ever played tour,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna play down my chances. But I'm really interested to see how people play the final mountain stage there. But I think that's probably where I go. But we'll see. Maybe trying to bring lots of numbers from the back will work again. But I think it worked just by luck today.
Yep, thank you very much, and obviously a brilliant performance tonight from Mr.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good luck in round 2 as well for Tor. I can't remember what other events you actually signed up for or still have yet to play, so
Just
good luck in
TTTs, I
those.
think. So we'll
Just
figure it out.
TTT, okay,
Or
okay.
TTs.
Oh yeah, of course. Definitely good luck in those, because I think you did get drawn into one of the groups of death, so...
Yeah.
Although I think with all the TTs, they're all groups of death, so...
Yeah.
Thank you very much for talking to us, and I believe we have Metal Beer. Hello, Metal Beer. I don't know if he's speaking. Don't know. We have Newt though. I'll invite you to speak if you want to into. Hello, Newt. Hello.
Hello.
How did you? Well, I won't ask how you went on because I know how you went on. You did very well tonight. How
Thank
was
you.
it for you?
Well, I didn't really play nice or anything, but the second stage was like the parkour was really shit. Not gonna lie, but
I
it
agree.
went pretty well, better than I had expected.
Do you have any expectations for round 2?
What did you say? Excuse
I
me.
said, do you have any expectations for round 2 of Tor?
Round 2, I wouldn't know. I hope to pass. Round 3 was my goal, so
I wanted to
I
ask
am.
a question. Oh, sorry, carry on. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, I just hope to pass round 2, and the course is pretty, yeah,
I was going
Hilly,
to
I
ask.
think.
Yeah, it's pretty hilly, I would say. The Barcelona stage. I think we played it in IPL as well, so it'd definitely be interesting. I was going to ask this question. If you were to name one event that you're still in the World Championships that you could potentially get a medal in, which one would it be?
Oh, I'm in all events still, so I don't know. I think it's definitely in road or in track, or just both.
It could be anything. To be fair, I mean, do you think you're gonna get a better chance of winning potentially a medal in road, or would you say it was in track?
I think in track is my biggest chance. In
I
road,
would.
there are just too many hard players in like a semi-final or final. I just can't compete with that.
You did very well in the TTs though last year, if I'm not mistaken. I
Oh
think
yeah,
you,
yeah, I
yeah,
did.
you did quite well in the TTT in the final because I think you actually won one of the stages. So
Yeah, that's
potentially could be something to repeat in this World Championships, but we'll wait and see. I think I actually draw you again in another road event.
oh really?
Yeah, I
What
think
the
I'm
hell?
in Team Time Trial, or it might be ITT.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
So I think that's made it. I don't even know. I've lost track of how many groups I've been with you. So yeah,
I think it's more than six now.
yeah, getting to know each other very well in the World Championships.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining the interviews.
yeah,
And well done tonight. You've pretty much guaranteed yourself a pot one position, I would say, for this
yeah,
on the tour. So brilliant stuff tonight. So thank you
yeah.
for
Thank
speaking
you.
to us. And
No
that
problem.
concludes the interviews for tour round one on the Sunday. We'll be back tomorrow on Monday for the second lot of first round groups. And I don't doesn't actually come join the commentary. I don't know, maybe. So yeah, we'll close the stream, yeah, and we will be back tomorrow, same time as usual. I don't know if the big dog would be here commentating. It'd be good if he is.
I am now a speaker.
I think you're just the speaker. And hey, are we still live?
Hope not.
Oh, we're apparently still live. I see. Oh, George wanted to speak. That's why.
Oh, okay then. Long live the king. That's my bullshit. Goodbye, everyone.
I just did give you a closure, mate. We'll be back tomorrow with the second lot of round one tour groups. Maybe the
Oh, can
big
I play
dog's here.
tomorrow?
Huh?
Can I play tomorrow?
Don't know. Were you meant to play today?
Yeah, I know, but perhaps I'll have internet tomorrow. Who knows?
I don't actually know what group you were in.
D.
Oh yeah, you are. You see, I would normally say yes, but the issue with that is I'll have then 50 people in my DMs wanting to do the same thing, and I really can't be bothered with that. So, but we'll see. We'll see. It's probably a no, and you probably won't have internet anyway. So, yeah. Ciao, ciao.
Indeed.
Say,
Bye.
see you, mate. Thanks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool.
Emma.